With the departure of David De Gea leaving Manchester United after 12 years at the club as a free agent, Erik Ten Hag needed a new number one. Earlier in the year, there was talk about Porto's Diogo Costa and Brentford's David Raya. But in a surprise turn of events, Manchester United signed Andre Onana from Inter Milan, arguably one of the very best ball-playing goalkeepers in the world. Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman David. Today I'm going to be explaining how Andre Onana will revolutionise Erik Ten Hag's Manchester United. Remember to subscribe if you're new, smash the like button, but anyway, let's get this party started. Manchester United had a number of problem positions that they needed to address as they went into the summer transfer window, with the two main ones being a first-team striker and a ball-playing goalkeeper. Honestly, I'd argue that signing Ten Hag's first-choice goalkeeper was more important than signing the first-choice striker. Simply put, David De Gea held Erik Ten Hag's tactics back. A top goalkeeper from a previous era, De Gea is an excellent shot stopper who could win matches single-handedly with his saves, but Ten Hag values other attributes. David De Gea's standout performance during his time at Manchester United came in 2017 with a 3-1 win over Arsenal at the Emirates. This encounter saw the Gunners take more than 4 times as many shots as United, hitting the target 16 times as they completely dominated possession. But thanks to De Gea's 14 saves, Manchester United escaped the Emirates with all 3 points. Defending deep, completely giving up possession and totally relying on your goalkeeper is simply not a game plan that Ten Hag would go into a match with. Instead, the Dutchman wants to dominate the ball and control the game through possession, because no matter the talents of the opposition, if you have 100% of the ball, you simply can't lose a match. And whilst 100% possession is literally impossible to achieve, more possession for you does generally offer more control of a match, and a great way to dominate possession is to play with an extra outfielder outnumbering the defending team. Enter the ball-playing goalkeeper. In the early days of Ten Hag's reign, the Dutchman tried to implement his philosophy of dominating possession and playing out from the back from goalkeeper. But defeats to Brighton and Brentford, the latter which included De Gea passing to a marked Christian Eriksen who was quickly dispossessed, which allowed Brentford to go 2 up, saw Ten Hag move away from his philosophy and encouraged David De Gea to go long, something that's backed up by the stats. Against Brighton and Brentford, De Gea averaged 8.5 long passes per 90, but in the next match against Liverpool, he attempted 32. Whilst against Southampton, Leicester and Arsenal, that average jumped up to 18.7. Meanwhile, the percentage of David De Gea's passes that travelled further than 40 yards paints a similar picture. Against Brentford and Brighton, just 20% of his passes were launched, which was far less than De Gea's seasonal average of 32.6%. Playing out from the goalkeeper creates 2 scenarios for the team in possession. Option 1 is the opposition commits bodies up the pitch to deploy a high press, but this creates more space in the advanced areas for forwards. If the team in possession can play through the pressure, they can create dangerous attacking situations that look very similar to traditional counter-attacks. Number 2 is that the opposition doesn't press at all, which allows the team to progress the play unchallenged, giving them control of the match. Most tactics will fall somewhere in between these options, but the point is that a ball-playing goalkeeper like Andre Onana gives Manchester United control from their own goal kicks, allowing them to retain possession, ultimately doing less defending. Andre Onana is so good at this that Pep Guardiola highlighted the former Ajax man as Inter's most dangerous player ahead of the Champions League final, going as far to say, the goalkeeper Onana makes it really difficult to deploy a high press. You cannot press the goalkeeper properly. Onana isn't just a very composed player in possession, but he can play too, more than capable of splitting the centre-backs on the ball. This makes overloading the opposition much easier, as it forces pressure from 2 strikers, but the base of 3 gives plenty of variety and passing options for ball progression. Meanwhile, Onana will venture outside of his box to play and frequently gets involved in possession here. From this more advanced position, Onana is able to use his incredible passing to break lines with zip passes into the feet of the forwards, play wide with ping diagonals, or just slip the ball into midfield. Last season, Onana averaged 3.58 pass progressions per game, which would rank him second amongst Premier League goalkeepers. Meanwhile, his 0.6 middle third touches per 90 is actually 10 times ahead of David De Gea. With a ball-playing goalkeeper who is extremely comfortable in possession and can progress the play on his own, will allow Manchester United to be a very effective team when playing out from the back. which in turn will allow them to dominate more matches. But Onana's revolution of Manchester United doesn't just stop at possession play. The Cameroon international also excels in traditional goalkeeping. Whilst De Gea was always an exceptional shot stopper, he did struggle in other aspects of goalkeeping, being unwilling and ineffective when sweeping off his line outside the box, struggling to stop crosses due to the general lack of physicality and aggression, and overall struggling to organise and control his defence. To make matters worse, De Gea's previously world-class shot stopping has slowly been regressing. In fact, De Gea's 71.1% save percentage from last season was actually the best of his past 3 campaigns. But he was still a net negative in goal, performing slightly below expectations in terms of expected goals conceded minus goals conceded. He also made 4 errors leading to goals last season, the joint most amongst Premier League players. Onana, on the other hand, is a goalkeeper on the rise. Still just 27 years old, Onana still has a way to go before he gets into his peak years as a goalkeeper, where experience is vital. Saying that, Onana is already an improvement on De Gea and everything we've previously mentioned. Good at stopping crosses by punching the ball away from goal or simply plucking the ball out of the air. Onana stopped 6.1% of the crosses he faced last season. Whilst that only ranked him in the top 44% of goalkeepers across Europe's top 5 leagues, that's nearly twice the amount of David De Gea. What's more is that Onana is very comfortable sweeping off his line. Largely playing for an Inter Milan team that defended in a deep block last season, Onana's defensive actions outside the box are very low in volume, but under Ten Hag at Ajax, his 1.62 defensive actions outside the box per 90 from his last full season under the Dutchman would have ranked him 5th in the Premier League. Meanwhile, the average distance of these actions would have actually been 2nd in the competition at 18.2 metres. A goalkeeper who can sweep off their line can allow their team to deploy a higher defensive line, which reduces the amount of space the opposition has to play in. This is especially useful for Ten Hag, who likes to deploy a high press to force final third turnovers. The easy counter to this is to use long balls to go over the top, but Onana's ability to sweep would reduce the effectiveness of this approach, leading to United being a much more effective high pressing side. And finally, Onana's shot stopping would be an upgrade on David De Gea's end of season form. For Inter Milan last season, Andre Onana kept out almost 5 more goals than expected and saved 76.4% of the shots on target he faced, which were both superior numbers to De Gea's. All in all, Andre Onana should unlock the potential of Erik Ten Hag's tactics. His ball-playing ability is up there with the very best in the position, and his ability to sweep up is also very good. These alone will improve United's possession game and their defensive pressing game, whilst his ability to stop crosses and save shots are an extra bonus. What's more is, having worked under Erik Ten Hag, we know that Onana can perform in the role. Still, just 27 years old, I expect Andre Onana to excel for years to come. But anyway guys, what do you think? Will Onana revolutionise Manchester United? Let me know in the comments below. I've been Statman Dave. Subscribe if you don't. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel?